The Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are a marketing team. And whatever that happens in Dallas land will always be bloviated and talked about and spread out and go into deep, deep details of the situation. There's no way possible that anybody could think that what the Houston Texans been doing this season, or this offseason basically, is equivalent to any of the years the Cowboys thought of doing since we've been in this drought for 8 to 29 years. The Dallas Cowboys operates as a marketing team. They buy low, and they will not go out there and get marquee free agent guys. They will not go out there and make these crazy good moves for their particular team. Now, the moves that they do make will always be talked about of an average move of any other organization. Now, granted, I like CJ. I like what he brings to the table. But people are only looking at the offensive side of what the Texans been doing. They didn't dive deep into what they did on the defensive side. They are moving on both sides of the coin. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, the deals that they make, it goes by quickly. The Dallas Cowboys, when it's a deal for the Cowboys, it's going to be spread upon and talked about. Is he going to come? Is he going to stay? Will he do this? Will he do that? Oh, what number should he wear? What number should he not wear? Right? All of those things happen in Dallas land. I'm old enough to remember when they were parading. They had this brother going to the football games, basketball games, hockey games, Rangers games, baseball, whatever, Oh, Odell Beckham. Yeah, y'all remember that? They stretched that news out for weeks. Did he sign with the Cowboys? Nope. And that just recently. We can talk about even the Brandon Cooks the year before he's supposed to been here. Oh, man, we working out a deal. But what happened? The ink ran out of the pen, and by the time we was looking for another pen, the contract or the trade deadline expired. We signed in the offseason last year Brandon Cooks and Stephon Gilmore, and everybody was excited. Oh, man, we going to the Super Bowl. That's how we move. We are a marketing team. Granted, Stephon Gilmore, he did a great job for us. He brought in a lot of confidence in the secondary. But when we look back and sit back and look at everything, he was still a 30-year-old or 31 or 32-year-old DB. I'm not saying that he didn't help this team out. But that's what we was excited about. And Brandon Cooks played for all 31 other teams at that time. And shout out to him. He's still here. Other teams make moves. The moves that we make, all of a sudden, oh, man, we got weapons with no continuity. Granted, I can't wait for the day that you guys listen and look back at this video 3 to 4 years from now and you see what I said, because it still would fit right on in to what this team and organization do. We are a marketing team. We don't wheel and deal. They have their own philosophy. Even when they had $90 million, we signed a George Iloka, a Ha Clinton Dix, who else done, Tario Poe. All of those news made headlines more than anything. And it was at the bottom of the barrel scraping to get those boys. We signed a Gerald McCoy. Everybody was cheerleading and pom-pom and happy that we signed him. Didn't play a single down for us in the regular season. Got hurt before it kicked off. And he was long in the tooth at that time. Let that sink in. We signed Everson Griffin, another guy that wasn't a marquee signing. That was a late signing. I don't even think that he made it to training camp. I think that they signed him after training camp. They did the same thing the following year. Anthony Barr, they signed him. He was a older player that we brought about. Oh, look at the linebacker room. We making some moves now. But what we are saying is that even though the Cowboys did those late to mid-round or mid-grade signings, the Cowboys still finished 12-5. 12-5. 12-5. What I'm trying to say here, the Cowboys act too emotional. They like to point fingers instead of building upon. Can you imagine after the 2021 season if you just hold on to Amari Cooper for a little bit longer at that point and allow CeeDee Lamb to grow into that spot instead of being thrown into that spot and saying to yourself, hey, CD, you already there. You ready for it. Every other team can have two wide receivers, but the Cowboys can't. The Cowboys always like to fight. Hey, look at CD. He should be better than Amari Cooper. Look at Amari Cooper. He's better than CD. Damn it. Let's just keep both of those boys together. You scraping to go find another wide receiver. Look at T.Y. Hilton. Oh, man. He's 33 in the third years of age. Oh, he can change the whole outcome of the situation if given the opportunity. And he did for a few games. But that's not tangible enough. And people will yell, hey, you got weapons. These are not the same, man. But it is what it is. Let me know who the Cowboys signed in 2017 if they want to make this comparisons and analysis, because that was the second year of the quarterback who went 13-3 for the Cowboys, and also a dynamic running back in his prime, Ezekiel Elliott. What did they do that's comparable to what the Texans is doing right now? There's no argument there. There's no argument. Now, I will say this. We got to see what the Texans going to look like during the regular season. All of those moves do sound good on paper. It do. And they should be able to be a driving force over there. But in the AFC, it is treacherous over there. So they probably making that moves because now teams will have tape on CJ. And they will understand what that new coaching staff is trying to do, D'Amico Ryans and Bobby Slowick, right? So they had that first year, hit a lot of teams with elements of surprises, and we'll see how NFL teams make their adjustments. But on the other end, the Cowboys, shoot, we are a marketing team, and we market the hell out of any movement that happened over here in Dallas. Just that. Also, the Cowboys, when number 4 is starting and finishing the season, they don't have a losing season. That's all I'm saying. But when he's not here, somehow, with those same host of weapons that everybody been talking about, that same team finished 6-10. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.